Hi, it's the Nursing Professor. Happy Motivational Monday. So today I want to talk about the ideal situation. And by that I mean this. I want you to think about the ideal situation that it'll take in order for you to get whatever the outcome is. You can use this in life. You can use it as it comes with classes, whatever. If you always think about what is my ideal situation, it gives you tools that you can create the path to achieving that ideal situation. So let me give you an example. If you look at an upcoming class, say you're taking pharmacology and you say, I want to get an A in pharmacology, then create the path to getting that A. So let me give you a few steps here. So number one is to identify what you want. And you just did. You identified that you want an A in pharmacology. Okay, so create the path to get there. So first, you want to review your syllabus and then review it with your faculty. You can do this in a group setting, like the faculty can review the syllabus with you. Or if your faculty doesn't do that, then set up an appointment and make sure you understand that 10% of your grade is quizzes, another 20% is a project, another 50% is your midterm, or your 30% is your final. You make sure you're very clear as to what is needed in order for you to achieve what you're setting out as your best outcome. All right. Then as you prepare, you want to always read ahead with your lessons as best you possibly can. I know it's thousands and thousands and thousands of pages that you're not going to get through them all, but a tidbit is this. At the beginning of every chapter are a list of objectives. There's probably anywhere from 5 to 8 objectives. When you're reading, then make sure you can answer those objectives. Like it says, know 5 antihypertensive drugs. Then you need to know 5 antihypertensive drugs. Okay, so look up your objectives and make sure you're reading to the objectives. The other key is, I'm telling you, that audio listening, say if you're going for a walk or you have a long drive or something like that, then cut on the audio function of your book and listen to it as opposed to having to read all those pages. All right, so next on the list is after you do your reading, I want you to create a sample quiz. And sample quizzes can be created from either your ebook, your online textbook, or with ATI or HESI or any of those adjunct type of courses that you have through your school. I know with ATI in particular, you can put in, I want to know about antihypertensive, I want to know about anticoagulants, and it'll give you a list of questions associated with that, and you can tell it how many questions that you want. I recommend you do about 25 questions. So you do the 25 questions, you get your score, and then you'll see the areas that you need to remediate. Remediation means this, is that you're going to review those. And what I would tell you to do is to build another 25 question quiz with only those topics that you didn't do so well in, because that's going to narrow down and give you more and more practice on the areas that you don't know. It's no reason to keep reviewing areas that you do know, because you're kind of wasting a little bit of time. But the areas that you don't know are identified from that first quiz. So then you'll build a second quiz with 25 questions in the areas that you didn't do so well in, and see how you do. And that should reinforce your learning there and help you be prepared for any test or quiz that you are given. So I hope that helps. I know it's summertime and you all are trying to have fun, but please mark my words. Go back to the last video, practice your mathematics, go back and review your anatomy, physiology, because this is usually, if you do well, it's about 2 years of your life. And if you can prepare and make the necessary sacrifices for 2 years, you're going to be successful. But you can't just think that you're going to be successful doing the same study habits that you've had before, because nursing is all about application. It is not about memorizing. And again, that's why I caution you about all the tools that give you all of these, quick fixes as to what you need to know, because although the information is useful, it's always not so useful to the novice student who wants to think if they memorize that information, they're going to be successful on their test, because it's not always the case. Actually, I'd say more than likely it's not the case, because you really do have to learn application, and the best way to learn application is to practice questions. All right, I'll see you next video. Bye for now.